lot of times I've had parents who come and say, well, where did you learn that? I said, I learned it in high school. The good nuns, you know, that was one of the things, that was our religion class on Wednesday. When we would come in on Monday, we would be, and this all took place in our religion classes. We would go over the events of Palm Sunday, you know, then Jesus' journey up to the temple, his cleansing of the temple, and his preaching about the judgment coming. And that would cover Monday and Tuesday. On Wednesday, which the nuns referred to as Spy Wednesday, we would read about Judas making that decision to betray his best friend and handing over. How did Jesus feel being betrayed by one of his chosen, his inner circle? On Holy Thursday, we would work with the sisters in getting things prepped in church for the Mass of the Last Supper. On Friday, we would come to school in the morning, we would do reflection, and we would go to church as the Passion was read, and then we would be dismissed to go home and reflect. You know, when you got to the Easter Vigil Mass, it was like bringing everything you had gone over during the week into the culmination of the resurrection. We came together as family, and not just biological family, but community, church community family. The Blessed Sacrament was reposed. Many of us stayed here in church till midnight or 1 o'clock in prayer. Or you'd see a family who would go home with younger children and put them to bed, and a little while later you'd see a mom or a dad coming back, and they'd be here for a while, and then you'd see them do the swap off. Because sometimes we just look at Palm Sunday and then we rush to Holy Thursday. So I try to get the kids to understand, you know, Jesus had this triumphant entry, and then he had to go and clean his Father's house because they had made it a den of thieves, and then how he preaches on that. And then we do reflect, you know, on what is Judas going to do? Why is he going to do it? What do you think? You know, and so I kind of throw them into Judas's place. And what would you have done? How would you have reacted? You know, what do you think drove him? And we did what I would kind of fondly recall and call the church's calisthenics of the standing, the kneeling, the standing, the kneeling. So I think a better climate for our young people to engage themselves more in the words rather than the body movements, you know, of the standing and the kneeling. They can, as they read along, as we do it together as community, they can concentrate on those words of what he did and what am I doing? How am I part of his story? So by having those fourth graders up there enacting what the seventh graders are reading, for that child, he can still pick up on the essence of what that station is. Because where the words aren't on the paper doing anything, those actions and hearing what those seventh graders are reading, it brings it into focus for them.